right, so hey, Rio back, and we are working on our first lecture for this class. So what I'd like to do in this pretty short video at the beginning is just kind of get you set up for what you're going to do in this work so that you kind of know the lay of the land. So, but where we're at now, when you look around the screen, is inside of our course in Canvas. I almost said Blackboard. Blackboard is an old system. The new system we're all using, and I know you know, but is Canvas. So interesting, because Canvas is, right, a web technology. Blackboard was a web technology. You might wonder, why are we using Canvas versus Blackboard? Well, I hope you see, and I know I see as an instructor, it's just better. So the folks who built Canvas did a great job of rethinking the way we use the modern web and the way students and teachers need to interact and present course content. Blackboard was kind of bulky, kind of hard to use, didn't work that great sometimes, and wasn't as mobile ready as Canvas is. So that's definitely one of the reasons we switched, right? And honestly, I'll be honest with you, it's cheaper. We'll see in the long run if it's cheaper, but it was cheaper. So here's the thing, it worked better and it was cheaper. Kind of the disruptive nature of the web, I'd say. And what many things in this world sometimes hit up against is that technology moves so quick that you can get things that work better often for cheaper, which is disruptive to the old system of doing things at times. And I'm guessing Blackboard may feel that. Anyway, just FYI, now that we're kind of looking around and looking at Canvas, I personally love Canvas. I hope you've had a great experience. The thing I will tell you before we kind of get in and look at the course is that there's a nice revamped app, mobile app for Canvas. So check that out, and iPhone and Android has it. I loaded it recently and it's pretty nice. It's a redo of one they already had out there, right? So we're looking now through, you're looking at a video, but what I'm looking at is the web version, right? So there's a mobile version of this as well. And that's the other thing about web technologies now, is that you can choose depending on what you want to create for the web. And now we're talking about developing for the web. If you want to do a native site or a web ready site like we're looking at here, or whether you want to do a native phone site, right? So an iOS app or an Android app. So these days you can actually, there's many choices, almost too many sometimes, for the way you can create and deploy apps. But I think the way to start with anything is always to do a website or a web app, because then your other apps can build upon these concepts. But again, getting a little too much in the weeds, but that's okay because it's all a part of the process. So what I want to do here is I want to actually move over into our course and give you a little tour of, you know, at least this item, so you know what to see as we go through. So as I move over, I'm already in the course. Now this is actually being recorded before the start of the semester. I actually just had sent everyone an email confirming that this class is a go, because that was a question. So if you haven't watched week 0, I definitely tell you watch the week 0, and that was recorded before the start of the semester and really talks to you about what you're going to need for this course. So stop here. If you haven't done this, watch week 0 so you know where to get started. Okay, so I will talk about class chat in the second or third video here, so I won't go over that one yet, but I'm going to go ahead and go into the item that you're already in, which is your week 1, your Thursday night item, which is the lecture. So actually on Thursday night, and you will see these soon if you haven't, depending on when you come into the course, you will have 3 items due that first Thursday night of the semester. And what that speaks to is how quickly this class is going to move. Because, and let me just come back for a second, hopefully you are into this consciously understanding that you are taking an online class in a compressed mode. Okay, so that's why it's really important to get started on the right foot, because it's going to go quickly. Okay, so I'll move back. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and click into this item, It shows you when it's due, it shows you the amount of points. In the syllabus, it will actually show you the breakdown of what percentage is covered as far as lectures versus hands-on versus current topics, and then the all-important project that I did mention here in week 0. But let's go ahead and go in here. So this is the video you're watching first, right? So watch this video, the one you're watching now. So step 2 that you need to do is you need to set up your Google Drive, okay? And I show you here just kind of the outline of the steps that you'll need to set up. You need to set up 2 folders. In that one folder, you're going to set up a Google Doc called Lectures, and then you're going to share that directory, not that file, but that directory. I'm going to reword this a little bit because that can get a little confusing for students. But you're going to set up a directory, and then you're going to share the directory with me and give me edit access. And then you're going to create another directory called Shared with Everyone. This one will be shareable. And then you're going to take notes from, so let me just complete this. So then you'll take notes in your lecture Google Doc, okay, and you'll give it a heading for each video. Now this requirement will start now at step 3, okay? So you're watching this video from me. You're going to set up your Google Drive, and then in the video after step 3, I'm going to talk about some other topics and give you something else to watch here. Okay, but the reason I'm doing this short one at the beginning is just to kind of get you oriented to the class, tell you that there is a link here to a video I created in previous semesters to show my students from CIT15 how to set up the required folders that you are required to set up as well. So the only difference, and don't let it throw you off, is in their video I talk about their Google Doc is going to be called classwork. Yours is going to be called lectures. That's really the only difference. Okay, so again, this is additional instruction. It should help you get through there. If you've done Google Docs at all, this should be relatively straightforward, but if not, no big deal. And it's good because using Google Docs is, again, web technologies, right? If you haven't, you definitely want to. There are other cloud services out there, but we're going to focus at least using for this class Google Drive for at least this part of our class. Okay, so that's let's see, is there anything else? I tell you what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come back. So that's really what I want you to do next. So you've now completed step 1 as you've watched this video. Step 2 is for you to create your directories, your Google Drive folders. Directories, it's just same word, same meaning, 2 words. So a directory and a folder. We generally talk about directories on local systems and folders on remote ones, but it's not consistent. So you need to set up your 2 folders on Google Drive that I've shown you. Share them, as I've said, share them. And then once you've done that, then we'll actually start into the part of this class where you're going to take notes on this item. So for this video, I'm going to go ahead and stop. So what you'll need to do is do the next thing. If you need some extra help, watch that video so that you have that instruction, and then you'll get on to this 3rd step, which is another video from me. All right, talk to you later.